Welcome to 6Fit member training. This video is about sleep, circadian rhythm optimization. So you get the most out of your training and your fat loss and strength gains. So we're going to look at how sleep patterns, light exposure, hydration, your habits, how they impact your energy, recovery, and results. And note to this is it is backed by the latest research. I've been to seminars recently by some experts in the field, working with Formula One teams and high performance athletes, and what they're currently doing to optimize sleep with their clients. So let's have a look at the next slide. So, why good sleep matters: improves your mood, your focus, and motivation. Poor sleep equals poor progress. If we sleep well, it boosts muscle recovery and fat loss through a lot of different pathways. It regulates appetite and your hormone levels, which are very important. Improves mental performance, improves memory and cognition, and it reduces risk of pretty much all the big killers in the Western world. So your heart disease, stroke, diabetes, cancer risk all goes up with poor sleep patterns and poor circadian rhythm management. Okay, so that sets the tone, quite important. So, what's become more apparent recently in the field of sleep is that one of the most important factors that you need to look at is circadian rhythm. Now, if you think of your body with a 24-hour internal body clock, your circadian rhythm is about the management of your sleep-wake cycles, hormone release, digestion, and all the important factors that makes up everyday life. It's influenced by light, temperature, food, movement, plus a few other things. And what's become massively apparent over the last year or two in the research on improving sleep and optimizing performance is we need to wake at the same time each day, 7 days a week. Now, so you sleep at night. Good sleep starts by waking up at the same time every day. So having a set wake up time, 7 days a week. Point number one, most important. And then we have a wake time, we want a sleep time. So we're looking at getting to bed at the same time, 7 days a week, even Friday, Saturday, which may be a challenge for some, but we're here to discuss how to perform better, get better results, feel better, and have a sharper mind and better focus. So if that's what you want, this is for you. Okay. So take what is useful and do with you, whatever you will. Okay. So think about this. When you look at wake time, 7 days a week, when sunlight hits your eyes, natural light in the morning, that is time zero. So that's the master time everything works forward from, okay? So morning light exposure, what we know now is getting sunlight in your eyes as soon as you wake up is the most important factor, alongside movement, hydration. First three things. So getting a little walk in, it can be doing some body weight squats, up and down the stairs at home, anything to get the body moving after you've got light in your eyes. So if it's summertime and you can get sunlight in your eyes when you wake up, perfect. If it's winter, you might need to get one of the lamps, which is natural daylight. So when you wake up, you look at that and you get actual sunlight rays in your eyes when you wake up, which sets the cortisol spike, which then helps you set your circadian rhythm for sleep later in the day. Okay, so we want the natural light in your eyes, get the cortisol rise and the energy boost on a morning when you want it. Okay, it'll reset your circadian clock and you'll get better sleep later on. Ideally, we want on a morning 5 to 10 minutes of sunlight on a morning, 20 minutes plus if overcast, because you're not going to get that stimulus, which is what we want first thing on a morning. Like I said, natural lamp, which you can buy on Amazon pretty cheap. Keep that at the side of your bed when you wake up to get that on as soon as you rise. Hydration and waking. Obviously, you lose quite a lot of fluid and electrolytes as you sleep over a 7 to 9 hour period. So, depending on body weight, there's some signs say you lose between 500 mils and a litre of water, depending on sleep, room temperature throughout your sleep time. So getting at least 500 mils of water in on a morning is kind of important to rehydrate yourself when you wake up. Okay, supports metabolism, alertness, and digestion. So very important. Getting hydrated straight away. Morning movement. It can be anything from going a walk around the block. It can be doing some yoga. It can be doing some mobility drills, but getting the muscles moving, getting the body moving on a morning. Increases your blood flow, boosts mood and energy, and it reinforces the it's time to wake up signal to the brain. I'm ready to move. I'm ready for action. All right. And that's what we want when we're looking at this circadian rhythm reset. The next thing, caffeine. Important thing with caffeine is the devil is in the dosage. So caffeine is a performance enhancer. It improves focus and it serves a lot of functions. And there's research that it can even increase longevity. But like a lot of things in excess, it can become its opposite. So particularly later in the day because of the caffeine half-life in the body. So realistically, lunchtime or just after lunch, we want to be minimizing or stopping caffeine intake. Now, again, like I said at the start, the devil's in the dosage. 1 to 3 cups on a morning, for most people, won't cause a problem. Once you start going into higher and higher doses of caffeine, it can affect you in ways you don't realize because it can affect your sleep and the quality of your sleep. So we do know that it does disrupt sleep and the deepest forms of sleep where you recover and secrete your growth hormone and recovery factors, which we want when we are training hard. Evening light hygiene. So you must have seen lots of things on blue light and people wearing orange and red and yellow glasses. Now, what a lot of these do is they can block screen light, TV light, things like that, and the blue light emitted from LED screens and phones. Now, you can buy shields for your phone, which goes on, which blocks blue light. You can get them in glasses like this, which are just my normal glasses, but they've got a blue light filter because we know that it can disrupt melatonin release, which we do want when we want to fall asleep. Okay, want melatonin to rise on a night, cortisol to go down, and want the opposite on a morning. Two crucial factors. So things we can do as well as reducing blue light exposure is dimming house lights, because as rooms darken in the hour or so before bed, melatonin secretion will start increasing as the body gets ready to sleep. So we want to try and dim the lights in any rooms you're in the hour or so before bed. Also, as well, like I've just mentioned, blue light blocking glasses can help. You can put, night settings on your phone. There's apps you can use that all reduce blue light emitted from your iPads, your phones in that crucial hour or two before bedtime. All right. All simple stuff you can do that help you with your sleep. As well, all the research about the environment is crucial for sleep. We want a cool, completely dark bedroom. 18 to 20C, based on a lot of the research. Some say 16, 17C, but majority says in that temperature range, so as cool as you can. And we want blackout blinds, blackout curtains, eye masks, anything we can do that reduces exposure to light and noise. So for some people, it will be, earbuds on a night. Some people aren't sensitive to noise, but try it. You might sleep better, you might not. And like we said as well, reduce screens, bright lights in the hour before bed. And again, like we said at the start, consistent bedtime and wake time, even on weekends. If you start going to bed a lot later on a weekend, getting up later, there's phrases like social jet lag, where we get similar symptoms because we're disrupting sleep-wake cycles to jet lag, which is something we don't want because it reduces performance, both physical and mental, and it can affect hormone levels as well, and it can trigger hunger, which we don't want if we are trying to lose fat especially. So we don't want that social jet lag. We want wake and sleep times to be consistent across that 7-day cycle. And just a quick recap on these bullet points that you can action straight away. Morning, sunlight exposure as soon as you awaken. Early hydration, get that water in straight away and get some movement done. Whether it's yoga, walk around the block, straight to the gym, whatever it is for you, go jog, whatever it may be. But morning sunlight as soon as you wake at the same time, hydration, movement. Cutting the caffeine later in the day, dimming the lights before bedtime, blocking blue light where possible, and sticking to a consistent sleep wake cycle. Now, that is the bullet point guide to good sleep without complicating it whatsoever. And I hope that helps.